Hello. Thanks for joining us for this pre-recorded webinar today of Check It Out. We are so sorry we couldn't be live over Zoom. We are in the middle of migrating from Iowa Learns to Workday Learning, and sometimes we have to make the best of what we've got. If you're watching this before Workday Learning has officially launched, don't worry, you'll be able to let us know that you need a CE credit by completing the Google form. Please email us at libconted@iowa.gov. That's libconted@iowa.gov if you're having trouble with that process. If you're watching this down the road and Workday Learning is up and running, your evaluation should be available to you in the usual process. Thank you for your patience with us during this transition. We hope to be up and running in Workday Learning very soon. Now, on to today's presentation. So, welcome friends to Check It Out. My name is Janeé Jackson-Doering. I'm the Youth Services Consultant with the State Library of Iowa, and we've got a wonderful slide deck of new titles for ages 0 to 18. So let's get to the books. Before we do that, though, if you're new to the Check It Out platform and new to the Check It Out webinars, I want to say a warm welcome to you. Every month, once a month, we review all different kinds of books. So this is our table of contents for today. I have 3 storytime standouts. Storytime standouts are, simply put, the best books to use for story time. So I have 3 selections today. This month, we'll take a look at early readers. We'll take a look at picture books and board book roundup. We'll examine some children's nonfiction titles. We also have some middle grade fiction titles. We'll look at graphic novels, teen fiction, and what I'm reading, I combined into a special segment of teen fiction edition of what I'm reading. So it's basically what I'm reading right now, and it's a lot of teen stuff and some special announcements. So here we go. There's my picture, but there's also my contact information. You can reach me by phone or by email. My email address is there. If you have a special event or something going on at your library and you'd like for me to come out, please let me know. I would love to come and visit your library. A lot of people that have seen me, they know that when I come and visit to their library, I bring lots of books. I bring a goodie bag of books for you to keep. So if you are having issues with youth or teen programming, collection development, weeding, any type of youth-related issue, please contact me, and I would love to visit your library. So now, our first segment, we are going to look at some story time standouts. Here we go. Our first storytime standout is 10 Little Goblins. This is written by Amanda Sabatka and illustrated by James Newman Gray. I love these types of books. They're just fun to have. They're easy counting board books, but it's fun for the kids. In this case, we're celebrating Halloween, and the rhyme goes like this. 10 little goblins among the pumpkin vines. Along came a ghoul, and then there were 9. So again, this is another counting board book that counts down from 10 to 1. And with each page, 1 goblin disappears. So since it's celebrating Halloween, young kids will get to see a skeleton walking down a sidewalk, Dracula in his coffin, a raven, even a headless horseman. This is great for a Halloween story time, or for a preschool or toddler story time. If you're looking to update your Halloween section of books, this would be a great addition to add to your Halloween section. And also, I have two color books that you should add to your picture book and board book collections. The first book at the top is called Hello, Hello, Colors. This is written and illustrated by Brendan Wetzel. And I just thought this was simply adorable. This is an adorable board book that will help young ones learn their colors by looking at different types of animals. They'll see a zebra, a swordfish, a sloth, all different kinds of wonderful and endangered creatures from all walks of the earth, sea, and the sky. And it's on board book pages. And there's a key at the back of the book that identifies the animals as well. But this is a great way to learn their colors through the rhyming text. Fun. I love the white background, so that way the colors really pop out for kids. You could also pair this book with Rainbow Bear. Rainbow Bear is a new book that is written by Bill Martin Jr. and Michael Sampson. It's illustrated by Nathalie Beauvoir. This book is going to be released on October 29th, so get this in your Baker and Taylor card. And it's about Little Bear. Little Bear wakes up in the cave and he's hungry. So Mother Bear asks him to go outside and eat some purple berries. So not only does he eat the purple berries, he eats red, orange, yellow, and blue berries, and all different kinds of berries. Eventually, what happens, Little Bear's brown coat turns from the typical bear-colored brown into a beautiful rainbow. And when Mommy Bear sees her cub, she calls him her messy little bear. No, Mommy, I'm your little rainbow bear. Yummy tum tea, beautiful me, Little Bear responds. This is a fun addition to your color. If you have a color big picture book bin, this would be a great addition for a color picture book bin. Or if you want to add a color book to your story time repertoire or your story time shelves, these two books would be a great addition. Okay, we are going to switch gears and move to early readers. Here we go. My first early reader for this month is a book that's going to be coming out October 15th called Fox Plays Ball. This is written and illustrated by Corey R. Tabor. This is another installment in the Fox series. In this installment, our young Fox is ready to play football. He's got his helmet. He's ready. He's got his football. He's ready to play the game. But elephant, rabbit, bear, and snail, they all want to get in the game too. And so readers have to find out who will win the football game. At the top of this book, it says this is a My First Reader book. These types of books encourage shared reading. These books have basic language, simple sentences, word repetition, which is perfect for beginning readers. I love the Fox series. It's funny and it's fun and engaging for kids and caregivers alike. Our next book is called Two Birds and a Moose. This is written by James Preller and illustrated by Abigail Birch. This is about Moose. Moose really wants to join these two birds at the top of a tree. I love how the blue bird has a hat on too. But how does a moose climb up a tree? And what will he do when he gets to the top of the tree? This is a silly, funny story. I really appreciated that each page, each spread had 1 to 2 sentences for the kids, so that way it's not overwhelming for them. This moose is on a mission, and the birds are just funny, and readers are in for a pleasant delight when they read Two Birds and a Moose. Okay, we are going to switch gears, and we are going to go to picture books and board book roundup. My first recommended book for the month is called Into the Goblin Market. This is written by Vicky Van Sickle and illustrated by Jesnine Ekwal. This received star reviews in Shelf Awareness and the Bulletin of the Center for Children's Books. This is a beautifully illustrated rhyming tale about two sisters, Millie and Mina. Millie loves her quiet life on the farm, but her sister Mina longs for adventure. When the goblin market comes to town, Millie knows it's a bad idea. They shouldn't go. They've been told stories their whole lives about the dangers of the goblin market. But Mina just can't resist. So Mina goes. And when Mina doesn't come back, it's Millie's turn to find out what happened to her. She has to brave the market to bring her sister home. And she has to use all of her wits and courage to outsmart the goblins and save her sister and make sure she's brought back home safe. The black and white illustrations are stunning. The one thing I really, really do appreciate about this book is that it splashes of red here and there, and it adds to the feel of the story. The themes in this book are sister bonds, courage, and resilience. I thought it was fun, engaging, kind of a nice, longer story for older kids, roughly like that 7 to 8-year-old range. So pick up Into the Goblin Market. Our next book is called The Quackin'. It's just kind of fun to say that, The Quackin'. This is written by Justin Colon and illustrated by Pablo Pino. This is about Hector. Hector and his family are going to the campgrounds. It's called Cucamonga Campground. But while they're there, they notice there's something not right. Everyone talks about a fearsome, ferocious, frightening creature at the campgrounds. Legend has it that this creature swallows kids, canoes, and whales whole. But Hector doesn't see any creepy, frightening creature. All he sees are these cute, cuddly ducks that are just hanging out. So he's hanging out with the cuddly ducks, but there's a rule with these ducks. Don't feed them. And guess what he does? He feeds the ducks. And what happens is a large duck called the Quackin' is released. I don't know if you can see the two pictures here, but I love the artwork. The artwork is so fun. The simple sentences add to the dramatics of the story. This is a funny picture book for first grades and up. It's funny, it's engaging. Definitely grab The Quackin'. The next book is called We Are Definitely Human. This is written and illustrated by X Fang. It received starred reviews in Publishers Weekly, Kirkus, Shelf Awareness, Book Page, and Booklist. And in the middle of the night for this story, Mr. Lee and his dog hear a crash outside on Mr. Lee's field, and it startles them. So Mr. Lee and his dog go outside, and he finds three aliens who crashed their car. They say they've crashed their car, even though the car is their spaceship. And these aliens, they claim that they're from Europe, and they say, oh, we're definitely human. And the aliens want Mr. Lee to take them to get their car fixed. Instead, Mr. Lee says, hey, how about you guys spend the night? And so they do, and they get used to being human, doing human things. And the townsfolk come to the aid of their visitors, and their gathering turns into a little party. This is a sweet and funny story. It's a funny picture book with themes of kindness, acts of kindness, and acceptance. So definitely grab We Are Definitely Human. I saw this next book in an email I get emails about books that are coming out, and I wanted to make sure this book was on your radar. This is called Construction Site, Garbage Crew to the Rescue. This is written by Sherry Dusky-Rinker and A.G. Ford, and illustrated by A.G. Ford. This will be released September 24th of this year, so make sure you get it in your Bacon Taylor cart. And this is a popular series. It's from the Goodnight Construction Site series. So in this latest installment of the popular rhyming picture book series, the construction crew has to work together with their new friends, the garbage trucks, the roll-off trucks, and container delivery trucks, to help restore a neighborhood of old homes. The crews set up dumpsters and the garbage cans, they sort trash, they recycle, they use compost, and they have to haul all of the garbage away so the neighborhood can look beautiful again. I put the picture down below to show you what one of the pages looks like, especially the picture of the dump truck seeing all the trash. But this is perfect for young truck enthusiasts. If you have a lot of kids that love cars, trucks, and trains, if you have kids that love construction, you want to make sure you get this book in your cart. So it wouldn't be a check it out without some fun Halloween books to add to your cart just in time for Halloween, which is just a couple months away, but I wanted to make sure these were on your radar. The first book is called Little Ghost Makes a Friend. It's written and illustrated by Maggie Edkins Willis, and this is about Little Ghost. Little Ghost and his mom have haunted the house they've occupied for 100 years. But Little Ghost wants to make a friend, and Little Ghost sees the new girl and her mother move in across the street. But making new friends is kind of scary for Little Ghost. But he comes up with the perfect plan. He says, "Hey, Mom, how about I invite the new girl over for a Halloween party?" But then he's nervous. He's like, "Oh, what costume should Little Ghost wear?" And the new girl, when she sees Little Ghost, she tells Little Ghost that just being yourself is the best way to make a new friend. I love the illustrations. They're very warm. They're very different. Just really very, there's just a feel about it that just has that cozy feeling. But I loved it because it would be a sweet addition to your Halloween section. At the bottom of your screen is a book called Trunk or Treat. This is written by Chris Ayala and illustrated by Ree Zai. This book is about the famous trunk or treat. And I know you guys have kids that go to trunk or treats, or your neighborhoods in your town or cities. I know they've got to have trunk or treats, but this is all about trunk or treats. Kids can see all the different kind of cars, how they're decorated for trunk or treats, and it's just fun. It's a fun and engaging book and rhyming book about trunk or treat. Okay, we're switching gears again, and we're going to move to children's nonfiction. Our first book is called National Geographic Kids 5,000 Awesome Facts About Everything. This is the updated and expanded version. There's a previous version, I believe it was published in 2012, if memory serves me right. So this is the updated and expanded version, and this will be released October 1st of this year. But if you know National Geographic Kids, you can expect that a National Geographic Kids book is going to have lots of sidebars, lots of facts, and lots of information. And this book falls right into that category. It has examples like, did you know that Sesame Street's Big Bird is 1 foot shorter than a real life ostrich? Facts like that are packed into this book. So they're all different kinds of entertaining and interesting facts that are just bursting at the seams. There's bright, colorful page layouts. and over 1,200 photographs about all types of subjects. So everything from Africa, alligators, astronauts, to zippers, zebras, zambonis. This is a treasure trove of all different kinds of information. You can learn anything from toys and games, mystery of history, robots, reptiles, sports and spies, anything a child would want to know, they can pick up this book and find out. I put two spreads at the bottom so you can see. One spread talks about 50 swashbuckling pirate facts. The other spread is 15 wildcat facts that will make you purr. I just wanted to do that purr. So, but make sure you pick up 5,000 awesome facts about everything. Another book you should have on your radar, this is called The Very Hungry Caterpillar's Very First Encyclopedia. This is written by Andrea Mills, and I want to pause a moment to say that it has come to my attention that a lot of librarians have asked for Spanish language materials. So not only did I put the English edition in this book, but I also included information about the Spanish version, which is La Orga Muy Abrienta, Mi Primera Enciclopedia. But this colorful dictionary features real photos of all kinds of animals in the animal kingdom, but it pairs that with more than 250 illustrations from Eric Carle. In this book, kids can learn about mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish, and invertebrate animals, and animal activities. There are sidebars galore with tons of facts, tons of information. This is a DK book, so you know you're going to get all of those sidebars and information. Some of the other features in the book, there's a table of contents, a glossary, and an index in the back of the book. While it has illustrations from Eric Carle, I feel like this book would be best for elementary ages just because it has a table of contents, glossary, and index in the back of the book. So roughly talking about maybe second grade through fifth grade, or second grade on up, excuse me. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that DK Eyewitness, they are updating their eyewitness books. I attended a webinar recently about new and upcoming books, and I wanted to make sure you guys got these two books on your radar, because I know some of you are in the process of weeding, and you're weeding children's nonfiction, and I've seen a lot of libraries say, oh man, I really wish that DK would update this book, update these books. Well, guess what? They're hearing you loud and clear, because these two books, Night and Animal, are going to be released December 10th of this year. So we have both of these books, Night and Animal. They are new editions with new information, new photos. Again, lots of sidebars and content. If you are looking to update your books, your DK Eyewitness books, get Night and Animal in your cart. The next book I have for you is called Volcanoes. This is written by Nell Cross-Beckerman and illustrated by Kaylin Chalk. This received a starred review in School Library Journal, Publishers Weekly, and Kirkus. This book shows kids all about the radioactive wonders that are volcanoes, from deep down on the ocean floor to all different kinds of volcanoes. And Beckerman has really dramatic prose throughout this story. The back of the book features an author's note, additional information on different types of volcanic eruptions, and the questions volcanologists are trying to answer, and additional facts. So if you need more books for your volcano section in your children's nonfiction section, pick this up. Surprising Ways Animals Snooze, Sleepy. This is written by Jennifer Ward and illustrated by Robin Page. This received a starred review in Kirkus, and this book is super fun. It's super engaging. This talks about the different kinds of animals and how they sleep. This book is packed with lots of animal facts about how animals sleep, what kind of sleep they engage in, and some of the animals featured include koalas, whales, bats, birds, giraffes. One fact I found out from this book, and I did not know this, a snake. Did you know a snake sleeps with their eyes open? I don't know about you. I don't like snakes, but to me, that is also creepy. Yeah. Um, but I loved it because at the very end, it showed a child sleeping and it showed like how many hours a human child needs for sleep for development. This was fun. The illustrations are beautiful. A great win for your nonfiction collection. Okay, we are switching gears and we are going to go to middle grade fiction. And I'm going to move my camera real quick. And here we go. Our first book is called Not Nothing. This is written by Gail Foreman. This received starred reviews in Kirkus, Publishers Weekly, and Booklist. This is about a young man named Alex. Alex is a tween, roughly 12, and Alex is having a rough time. Alex lives with his mean, penny-pinching aunt who doesn't waste anything, and his uncle. Something to know about Alex, Alex has a temper. Alex has such a temper that it's landed him in trouble. So much of a temper that it's landed him in front of a judge. And with the social worker's help, Alex has to perform community service at a retirement home. And while he's there cleaning and doing all these tasks that he really doesn't want to spend his time doing, he meets an individual who takes a shine to him, an individual in the nursing home who has not spoken a word in years. And together, these two share stories about their life. This was a moving story. It has historical fiction ties to it. Definitely, you want to pick up Not Nothing. Our next book is called The 10th Mistake of Hank Hooperman. This is written by Jennifer Chokendo, excuse me. This received starred reviews in Kirkus, Publishers Weekly, School Library Journal, and Book Page. This is about Hank. Hank is an 11-year-old, and he's a very responsible 11-year-old. He takes care of his sister, Boo, and Boo is a toddler. So already you have a young man that's taking care of a child when he's a child himself. And his mother goes away. She just goes out. And when their mother doesn't come home, it's been a week. And when their mother doesn't come home, Hank is desperate. They've ran out of food, and Hank doesn't really know what to do, except that he has to contact the stranger that's listed on an emergency contact. And ever since that happened, Hank's life hasn't been the same. Now Hank has to deal with social workers, a new school, and possibly losing his sister and being sent to foster care. This was a hard read, but a heartbreaking book, but also a hopeful book. There's themes of second chances, foster care, and family dynamics. So definitely pick up The 10th Mistake of Hank Hooperman. Okay, we are going to switch gears and go straight into graphic novels. Our first book is called How It All Ends. This is a middle grade novel, and it's written and illustrated by Emma Hunsinger. This received starred reviews in School Library Journal, Kirkus, Publishers Weekly, and the Hornbook. This is about 13-year-old Tara. Tara is anxious. She's an anxious girl, but she's also very gifted. So gifted, she skips 8th grade, her whole 8th grade year, and goes directly to high school as a freshman. And she was selected to be a part of an accelerated program. So instead of attending the 8th grade dance that all of her friends are going to, or going to Six Flags with her friends from 8th grade, she has to navigate the world of high school. So first friendships, learning how to go with the social flow of high school life. And she even develops a first crush on another girl in her class, her name is Libby. This book is a must-have for middle grades. It captures that middle grade angst and high school angst. So definitely pick up How It All Ends. Our next book is We Are Big Time. This is written by Hannah Khan and illustrated by Sophia Ziugi. This received a starred review in Publishers Weekly and Booklist. This was an awesome read. I loved the energy and the pacing in this book, and it's about Aaliyah. Aaliyah and her siblings are moving from Florida to Wisconsin. What a jump. And the reason why they have to move is because their father got a brand new job, and they also have elderly relatives that really can't move. So they are coming up to Wisconsin to be closer to family. And Aaliyah loves basketball. She was on the basketball team in Florida. And so she and her siblings are starting at a new Islamic school, and Aaliyah decides to join the school's losing basketball team. And already she's like, oh man, this is going to be tough. But she's learning together with her new teammates, and they're working hard, and they're strengthening her skills and their skills on the court. And through all of this, Aaliyah is learning it takes teamwork to be self-confident and to be great. I love the pacing in this book. I love the movements. You just felt like the energy flow, because you can see them practicing their drills. Great book if you're looking for some more sports-related items for your kids' graphic novel collection. Our next book is called Dear Dad, Growing Up with a Parent in Prison and How We Stayed Connected. This is written by J.J. Pattern with Kiara Valdez and Markia Janeé. This is a story about JJ. As a young child, JJ, her mom, and her siblings, they had their dad, or they basically lived without their father. Their father was in prison for a long time, and JJ only knows her father through phone calls and letters throughout the years. And she also knows that her father, while incarcerated, he went to school and graduated with a degree. So years go by, and JJ, who's a middle grader, starts to realize from her mom that, hey, guess what? Your father's coming home. JJ is excited, and she's learning how to cope with her father being home, and how her and her father connect is also through coding, because her dad knows how to code. This was a unique story. I thought it was interesting and very needed, because there are incarcerated parents, and it's nice to offer something to a teen or a tween who may be facing parents who are incarcerated. How do you have those relationships with them? So definitely pick up Dear Dad, growing up with a parent in prison and how we stayed connected. Okay, so teen fiction, I have about 4 books that I'm reading this month, but I wanted to have them not only as a teen fiction section, but also a what I'm reading section. So I combined them to just make teen fiction / what I'm reading. So here we go. Our first book is called The Bletchley Riddle. This is written by Ruta Septis and Steve Shankin. This received a starred review in School Library Journal, and Publishers Weekly. And this is a teen historical mystery novel about Jacob and his quirky younger sister, Lizzie. Both of these guys find themselves at Bletchley Park, which is the home of World War II codebreakers, and working to decrypt the Nazis' Enigma cipher. The two of them struggle to unravel a mystery that surrounds their mother's disappearance against the backdrop of the Battle of Britain and Hitler's feared invasion. I've read Ruta's previous books. This is going to be a really, really good one. I'm excited. It's got secrets, it's got mystery, codes. If you like historical fiction, you want to get this on your shelves. This will be coming out in October, and I just got the ARC, the advanced reader copy, last week. So grab the Bletchley Riddle. The next book is also an advanced reader copy that I got. This is called When the World Tips Over. This is written by Jandy Nelson, and this will be released September 24th of this year. It did receive starred reviews in School Library Journal and in Publishers Weekly. This book centers about the Fall family. They live in hot Northern California, which is wine country. And years ago, the Fall family, their father mysteriously disappeared. And since his disappearance, it has left each sibling kind of broken. You have Dizzy. Dizzy is 12 years old, and Dizzy bakes cakes, but she also can see ghosts, and she wishes she were the heroine of a romance novel. Her brother Miles is 17. He's a good-looking brainiac. He's athletic. He's a dog whisperer because he loves dogs. But Miles is kind of lost, and he's hiding his sexuality. He's desperate to meet the kind of guy he dreams of. And Wenton is 19. Wenton is named after a famous jazz musician. Wenton can raise the temperature of a room just by entering it, and he's a violinist. He's a virtuoso, but he's kind of on a crash course for self-destruction. But these 3 siblings, their lives change when a rainbow-haired girl named Cassidy, who's 19, saves Dizzy from being hit by a truck. I am excited to see where this novel goes. This is an epistolary novel. For those of you that don't know what an epistolary novel is, that means it's written in letters. So it's all written in letters. There's a little bit of magic, I've been told. So we'll see where When the World Tips Over comes about. And it would, for those of you that have been following me for Check It Out, it would not be a typical Check It Out without some horror. I'm a huge fan of horror. A lot of people know that. And I don't know about you, but there's a term now called Summerween. I don't know if you've heard of it, but Summerween is now a new thing because we want to celebrate Halloween in the summer. I think everybody just is ready for fall and ready for pumpkin spice lattes and ready for some good old scares, and publishers are taking note. So I have 2 horror books for your reading pleasure. The first one to your left is called The House Where Death Lives. This is edited by Alex Brown, and this received a starred review in Shelf Awareness. And this is a horror anthology with 16 stories that connect the characters in this anthology to this haunted house. The book is broken up into sections. So attic, down the stairs, second floor, first floor, and grounds. Some of the stories in here include a story about two teenage girls who communicate through a vanity mirror. Or you can read the tale about the girl who misses her dead sister so much she willingly performs a terrible ritual to bring her sister near. But is it truly her sister that's returning? That's the question. Some of the authors that are contributing stories for this anthology include Courtney Gold, Gina Chen, Liz Hall, just to name a few. If you want, you can pair this book with the anthology Too Scared to Sleep. That's another great teen anthology, horror anthology, or pair it with The Gathering Dark. To your right, we have a series alert because Clown in a Cornfield, that series is back. Adam Cesar wrote Clown in a Cornfield 3, The Church of Friendo. This did receive a starred review in Booklist. The first one got a starred review as well. And I read the first one, loved it. He's moving right along, and now he's hit the third installment of the Friendo series. To get you up to speed, it's about Quinn Maybrook. Quinn Maybrook moved with her dad to Kettle Springs, and in Kettle Springs, there is this creepy clown. It is this gross clown that was going around killing people, and it was just gross. It was messy. And in this third book, Quinn is over it. She is done. She's done surviving another bloody run-in with the cult of Friendo. And Friendo is this homicidal corporate clown mascot. She survived the horrors that took place in Kettle Springs years ago, but now she wants justice, and she just wants everything, all this horror to stop. So she is taking matters into her own hands. And I listened to a reviewer, one of the podcasts I listened to is Talking Scared, and he interviewed Adam Cesar, and Adam says this gets dark. So I am excited. I'm excited to get into this. It's going to be fun. If you love horror books like I do, you want to grab these and put them in your cart, especially with Summerween. This would be an awesome addition if you put together a Summerween display in your library. So just to let you know, just a couple of announcements. One in particular, we are going to have Pop YS Live Holidays at the Library. This will be our next Pop YS Live event. It will be happening Wednesday, September 11th, 1 to 2 p.m. Now, usually Pop YS Live is a recording, or usually is live, but this time it will be a recording. But during this session, I will talk about how to celebrate holidays at the library, what to do, what not to do, who to contact. These are all important things when examining how to celebrate a holiday at your library. So I've had a couple of librarians ask about it, and I thought, you know what, maybe it's time for a Pop YS Live webinar about it. So register on Workday once Workday is up to receive the recording. That'll be Wednesday, September 11th, 1 to 2 p.m. So thank you for joining us. We will have another Check It Out session on Tuesday, September 24th from 11 a.m. to noon. That session will also be a recording. Once Workday is launched up, register on the Workday to receive the recording. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Hi, thanks for watching. Again, make sure you fill out the form below if you're watching this before Workday Learning has launched. We'll save your responses and make sure you get credit for this class once the new system is up and running. If you're watching this in Workday Learning, again, you'll just complete the evaluation lesson to get your credit. Thanks, and have the rest